I'm here with Double Diamond leader Chase Balzer. He is amazing. I've been following him for a while, and I love his post. And I had the pleasure to meet him at Green Carpet last year, and he was super sweet and super helpful. So I reached out to him before conference and asked him if he would mind getting on a call with our team to share with us how he rocks his business. So, of course, he said yes. Chase, I guess I'm going to turn it over to you and let you start by telling us a little bit about your story.
Okay. Hey guys, my name's Chase, and like Sherri said, I'm a double diamond. I'm 25, and I started doing this part-time when I was a full-time student at Virginia Tech. I studied management at Tech. But how I was introduced to everything, my mom was actually a distributor, and when she was either an executive or a Ruby, she had joined when I was, off at school. And I came home one weekend and I tried the wrap, and honestly, I was like, I was going to try it for my mama because, I was going to support her, but I was like, there's no way that this thing's going to work, And the very next day I got awesome results, like incredible results. And I didn't even have to look at my before and after picture. I could look down at myself. I could look in the mirror. I could feel it. And I was just blown away. And I became a customer for greens and wraps. I love both of those products. And I was just taking them regularly. And I found myself talking about them all the time to my friends at school. And, one by one, they all started ordering from her, which was cool. I never really thought about the business. I was just like, oh, this is great. I'm getting customers for mom, like perfect. And I kept getting more and more calls from friends. And finally, one of my very best friends called me and said that he wanted to get some greens for my mom. And so I said, yeah, no problem. I'll get you hooked up. And so I hung up the phone. I looked at my dad and I said, you know what? I should just do this. I was like, I've already given mom so many customers. I was like, this would be a great way for me to make money while I'm in school. I just, make money around my class schedule and still be able to focus on studies and stuff and just have some fun money. Because at the time, my dad was full-time at the business that he had been working at for almost 30 years. And he was paying for college, my rent, like everything was covered, very blessed, very thankful. But we were in the land development and engineering business. And when the housing bubble burst, like we got like wiped, like hit hard. And it just like went down, down and down and down until finally my dad lost his job because the economy had gotten so bad and we had to file bankruptcy. And so it went from, oh my gosh, like this is going to be great fun money to party with at school to holy shit, if I do not make tuition payments, I'm getting kicked out of school. I have books to pay for, I have rent to pay for. And it was a crazy, scary, scary time. We like lost everything, guys. We were so financially secure at one point in our lives and money was never an issue. And it went from like being never an issue to going to bed hungry some nights because we didn't have any food, didn't have any money to get food really quickly, which was just a total shock and very humbling experience. But it just made us go into total survival mode. My mom and I finally, my dad kind of took a hard hit emotionally. And it was really me and my mom just went out and went hardcore and said, we got to do this to save the family, stay in school, whatever. So, it all started from wandering around the mall late at night, handing out coupons, trying to get someone to buy wrap for $25 so that we could eat dinner and put a little bit of gas in the car to get home, to exploding businesses, huge wrap parties with 20 and 30 guests there, big exposure on social media. All of a sudden, $25 for dinner, 1 month turned into $16,000 a month a year later. So you can't compare the struggle that you're going with the amount of joy that's going to come if you just keep working and just fight through the tears and the screaming and the bullshit and the everything. Because if you're just so pissed off right now at the world, I know where you are. and you have to just let it go, and focus on what needs to be done and what can be, because so worth it. All of the missed parties with friends, all of the late nights where I would, you know, be studying for an exam from 5 to, 9, or excuse me, 5 to midnight. And then from midnight to 3 a.m., I was recruiting in New Zealand with my New Zealand team because I needed that leg to take off so that I could get my checkup even higher. It took, not going out with my friends on a Friday night, one, because I couldn't even afford it, but to going to the sorority houses and wrapping all the girls so that I could pay for books and make a tuition payment. So it's all about priorities, okay? How uncomfortable are you? Are you really that uncomfortable? Are you really that sick? Is your work ethic showing that you want to get out of your current situation? So anyways, it works was our saving grace, definitely our angel, and saved my family 110%. And it's crazy that I never thought I would do anything like this. I went to school to graduate, get a job, the whole American dream thing, but I couldn't have it any other way. And now I live in Florida full time on the beach, and I'm working on my triple promotion, which is crazy to me. And it's just been a really fun ride, and it's been scary. It's been not knowing, but having faith, and it all just keeps unfolding. You will get to that next level if you are practicing the steps to success, hands down. But you got to put the bullshit aside, and you got to put other people's opinions aside, and you just got to focus on what needs to be done, whether it's $25 for dinner, or $500 for books, or $500 for a car payment, or $500 for a house payment. You got to get it done, and you got to just stop thinking that whatever struggle that you're in right now is the rest of your life. It's a chapter. It will end if you want it to end. That's a little bit about my story.
Oh, awesome. Thanks. Great story. I love your story. All right. I guess
Thank you.
Questions. The first question everybody wanted to ask is, what was the best way that you find your friends on Facebook and Instagram? How do you search?
I like that. Okay, I like that. First, before I say anything, the whole money aspect that I was bringing up to you, that's not a braggadocious way. It's supposed to give you an idea that the money is real and it's something that you can do. Okay, so you need to envision yourself making that kind of money. You should write it on your bathroom mirror so that you know that it's real. So anyways, as far as getting new friends on Facebook, just Facebook or Instagram? Facebook.
Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. All right. So let's start with Instagram first. So first and foremost, you guys know this. I know you've seen all the top leaders talk about this. You've probably seen Pam talk about it. But posting is not the only thing that you do on social media. That is where people make such a mistake. Oh, I posted today, so I'm fine. I worked. No, you didn't work. You just showed that you're still open. You just showed that you're still with it works. You didn't really work. So posting is very important. They should be clean, clear photos. They should be real. They should be real and raw. They don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be an Alyssa Billiou or an Ashley Hughes, because that just makes my head spin, because I look at their pages, I'm just like, oh my God. And Alyssa's one of my friends. I'm like, girl, your Instagram stresses me the F out. I can't even look at it. I was like, it's just too much for me. I can't take it. And so good, clean pictures. They should be real. They should be raw. But the real key comes in on your success on social media is constantly friending and following people and interacting with those people and building a relationship with those people. So as far as, let's go to Instagram first, following. You should be following people who have similar interests that you have, okay? Because you're going to enjoy seeing that type of material on your newsfeed, for one. You should enjoy what's coming down in your newsfeed. You should be like it. It should be easy for you to comment on someone's picture because it's something that you would post. Okay, so you have to think about your interests and things that you really, really enjoy doing, whether it's certain fashion or hobbies, activities, family, friends, like whatever. And you need to be going to those pages and following people that are on those pages. Now, here's the kicker, guys. You don't like, okay, for example, I'll give you one of my examples. So I really love working out. I'm really starting to rebrand uh, through physical activity and product use. So I'm following a lot of new people who are on health journeys, and which is working because now they're reaching out to me and asking me for advice through their health journey with product and stuff. But anyways, Jillian Michaels, I don't know if y'all have heard of her before. She's a celebrity trainer or whatever. Go to her page. She's got a lot of women that follow her of all different health journeys, like different like starting points, very fit women, women who are just getting started, men, it doesn't matter. But you don't want to go, like when I go to a page like that where there's like 500,000 followers, I don't go to her followers and just go through there and start following, because there could be a lot of very inactive accounts, spam accounts, computers, people who joined Instagram 2 years ago and haven't posted since. So what I like to do is go to their most recent photos that they've posted. So I go to Jillian's photo and she's got 5,000 likes, and she posted it a few hours ago. Well, those are all the active people. Those are all the people that are on their Instagram liking and commenting and interacting with people. Okay, so you're not going to be following a dud, so to speak. You're going to be following someone who's there and real and active. I do like to go to their page and just see a little bit about them to see if I can relate in some way when I hit that follow button, because I think it's definitely more quality. You're going to have such a better return on time investment by following 100 people a day and looking closely at them to see if they're relatable to you, as opposed to just going down and going follow and just following like 500 people. You're going to get spam accounts. You're going to get accounts that don't exist anymore, that never post, that haven't signed on in 2 years. So that way you're going to come in contact with active users, people you can relate to. So do things that are of your common interest. Find pages like that. You can search areas. Okay, like you should always be tagging a location when you post a picture, and you should do it like regional. It can be like, I like tag when I'm sitting at home working, I will tag that I'm at the Starbucks on Tamiami, and then the next day I'll tag that I'm at the Starbucks on Fruitville, in the Starbucks here, because when I'm constantly tagging myself in a region, okay, all of the people who are active Instagram users in that region, I'm going to show up on their newsfeed now, because I seem like I have a lot in common with them, because I'm constantly tagging myself in places that they're constantly tagging themselves in. See what I'm saying? So you should be tagging local hotspots in your pictures that lots of people go to. Like I do grocery stores, I do Starbucks, I do Target, I do like all the high-end fashion stores and restaurants and makeup and like touristy spots and stuff like that, just to really target. So that way you're going to start, that's not even you going in and following people, which is very important. But when you're doing that, you're exposing yourself to regional people who are going to come to your page and then follow you. I've gotten a ton of followers from doing that. I've gotten a ton of people in the area follow me, and it's kind of crazy because I'm like, oh my gosh, I got another follower from Tampa Bay. I got another follower from, like, because I'm right in the Tampa Bay area and I don't know anybody here because I just moved here 7 months ago. So it's really cool being able to build that. So because I don't just want to be social media, I want to go rap people. I want to have rap parties. Very important. Don't hide behind your screen. So go to pages that you enjoy. And then also it's really smart too. They don't necessarily, the majority of them should be categories that you can relate to, that you like. Let's say if you're a horseback rider, you should go to a famous, hey, can you mute you, Sherri? I can hear the echo. Thank you. If you're a horseback rider, go to some famous equestrian page or whatever and start following other girls that do it too, because I'm sure you're posting pictures of your horse and being out by the barn, as well as your it work stuff, because you want to show lifestyle, not that you're just marketing all the time. So see what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying anyone here is a horseback rider, but that type of activity on your page which is relatable to the people that, you know, you're enjoying what they post and you're not just trying to flag them for it work stuff, and they're enjoying what you post. So very important. So sit down, write down some of your interests, and then Google is your friend finding pages of that of those interests. You know, it's top Instagram accounts for, you know, toddler fashion. You know, if you're a mom and you know, your son or daughter's reaching a certain age where they're getting into a certain size clothing. I mean, I just know that that's huge for moms on Instagram, you know. So whatever your interest is, that's how I came up with Jillian Michaels. I did like top female health pages on Instagram, and Jillian Michaels was one of them, and that just made so much sense to me. So Google is your friend, okay, when it comes to that. So, and don't go overboard with the hashtags either. Okay, you do not need to be doing 30 hashtags in one photo, for the love of God. If it does not roll off your tongue while you're typing, don't put it. If it doesn't just come to you when you're typing out, don't put it, because it's spammy. But it's going to do the same thing as the location setting. People who are using that hashtag, who have that similar interest, you're going to show up on their news feed too. So make sure that you're public. The location thing and the tag thing only works for public accounts, not private. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about Facebook. Okay. You already have a massive network on Facebook. Whether you have 200 friends or 2,000 friends, you already have a huge network, because each one of those people have a friends list, and you're going to go dip your hands into it. Okay. Because when people get a friend request from somebody they have mutual friends with, they're like, oh, okay, well, I basically know this person, so it's cool. So like you don't, like when you go friend someone who you have zero friends with, like we're different. We're It Works distributors. If we get that, we're like, oh, exciting, new network, new person, this is great. But, you know, people who think of you before you joined It Works, you know, before I joined It Works, if I got a friend request from someone I didn't know, who I didn't have any mutual friends with, I was like, delete, bye. So tap into your friends list. Your all the friends on Facebook that you already have, go to their friends list and friend some of their friends that might be cool to partner with in business, or that you have something in common with. That's also what I do for my leads too, guys. When I have a potential distributor or a potential customer and they are on the fence and it's just getting exhausting talking to them about whether they're going to order or join, I go friend all of their friends, because they are holding me up. Like, you know, you're interested. So obviously, you know, people who are interested, and I am not waiting for your ass. I'm sorry. Like, let's do this. So great place to start. Okay. Go to other people's friends list. Don't get crazy. You don't want to friend too many people a day, because you'll get in Facebook jail. You want to be, you know, if you get in a rhythm of friending like 20 people a day on Facebook, that's perfect. That adds up. It's disciplined. It's not over the top, and you're not going to get flagged. And then obviously, y'all have seen before on your news feeds or on your phones where like you have suggested friends. You ever seen that? You can search it on the top of Facebook too, suggested friends list. And this is people that Facebook has already registered for you. They want you to be friends with these people because you have mutual friends, you have common interests. Make sure it's not a bunch of It Works people, okay? Obviously, you want to leave you want to leave your friends list open for leads. So make sure that they're not with It Works when you are friending them, but you won't be put in Facebook jail if you ever go to suggested friends and just friend, because Facebook has already filtered them to become your friend. So they're expecting it. They won't stop you. So that's a really great thing to do there. Another way to gain great friends on Facebook is groups on Facebook. Go join a bunch of groups on Facebook. Okay. Like you can search groups. Like if you're on your phone and you go to the top search bar on Facebook and you type something in, you know, you'll see like all the categories underneath of it pop up. It says like top people, pages, events. Like go to groups, make sure you've chosen that thing, and then search like what you're interested in. Okay. Now, and what you're going to do is go join those groups and start interacting with those people. Be a member of the group. Have fun. Be a social media person like every other human being. Go interact with them like what the page is meant for. Don't go post on the page, hey guys, I'm an It Works distributor and I have these skinny wraps, and if you want to buy them, come to my page. Like, Oh my gosh, no. Do not do that. Go like be a part of the page and go interact and get to know people and make friends that way. Because when you see that, when you post like your opinion about something on a page of certain interest, let's say you really like hiking. Okay, I don't know, that could be, I don't know, but like if someone in your area says that they went and or you post on there, oh guys, I went on this like great hike today, and someone like, you know, on the hills of wherever you live, you know, something that's like popular, so to speak, you know, and then you get like 5 people underneath you, oh my god, I've been wanting to do that, like how was it, yada yada, like you're making friends. So like they've responded to you, go friend them all. Then they're going to see like your post, you're going to see a little bit about their life, they're going to see about your life. And the one thing that I can't tell you how many times I've done that, guys, and like I've signed a customer distributor and they've got to say, one of the reasons I signed with you is because when I first met you, you didn't even tell me you did this. We were just like being buddies, and then I figured it out because I saw your post, and now, you know, I'm loving my product. So people love that when you take the time, just like in that blitzing video that I made at the gym, if any of you watched it. When you get to know someone, it lets their guard down, they trust you, they'll come to you with everything. So again, join a bunch of groups on Facebook of all different types of interests. If you're a young mom, join a young moms groups. Mom in general, join moms groups. You know, certain activities you like to do, hobbies you like to do, certain people that you're fans of. Like whatever, if it's like a fan page for somebody, you know, and you just like really love a certain singer or actor or celebrity or motivational speaker or whatever it is, you know, go join it. It should be a group where you're looking forward to seeing what other people have to say. I love my groups. I've made great friends on my groups, and I see, you know, that they're posting all this stuff that I agree with, and that it's just so much easier to build a relationship with people in a group because you're all there for a certain reason. And when they see that you agree with them on so many aspects of so many different things, you're a real person. And then you become friends on Facebook, and you start interacting, building that relationship. And yeah, of course it's okay once you've gotten to know them and stuff to reach out to them and go, you know, I don't know if you've seen my posts on social media before, but you know, I've really gotten to know you over the past couple of weeks on the whatever group. And I love your energy and your personality. And I just think that you would be amazing to partner with in business. And I'd love to share it with you if you want to, you know, get on the phone for 15 minutes. So absolutely do that. But it's always important, same with Instagram, to build that relationship first. You want a little bit of foundation. You don't want to just like cold, like, hey, I friended you, accept. Okay, now I'm going to send a networks message. God, no, don't do that. It's so spammy. Okay. So those are great ways to find people on Instagram and social media. But the biggest thing is once you find them is tending to them, meaning interacting with them, liking their photos, commenting on their photos. Nothing about like it works, because you guys have to realize a follow-up message doesn't have to necessarily be, are you ready to order? Are you ready to join? It can just be like, hey girl, I saw that you and your family went to the beach for 4th of July. Y'all looked like you had so much fun. Hope you had a great weekend. Done. They know who you are and they know what you have. So it's okay for some of those messages to be like that. But some of you are probably asking yourselves, well, God, how it's so hard to, you know, keep track of everybody and be able to make sure I'm giving everybody's page enough likes and comments and know what's going on in their lives. So you need to make Facebook lists. Okay. Facebook lists. You can YouTube I'm going to explain it real quick how to make them, but you can YouTube how to make them and stuff if you don't get it all down. But Facebook lists are killer, you guys, because you can put people into lists, and when you can post to those lists individually, like, you know how when you make a post, it says like either public or friends or whatever, you have that little globe next to the post or the little friend looking icon, and it tells you whether or not you made that post public or to your friends. Well, you can make a post that goes just to your potential loyal customers. So if we're having a BOGO, you can make a post that just goes to all your potentials, and it's guaranteed to show up on their newsfeed. But the big kicker is that when you click on that list, your entire newsfeed becomes only those people. So you don't have to weed through all the bullshit. You don't have to weed through all the other distributors, annoying people who are just, you know, sending negative, you can't even see straight, and you can get right to the people who you've talked to about product, joining the 90-day challenge, whatever. And so you can make it apparent every day, like you're going to go through and you're going to like 20 potential customer pictures and comment on, 6 photos or something. Because in general, the algorithm for Facebook is set up that it's showing you people who you interact with. So if your newsfeed, if you've noticed that it's like all It Works people, that's just because you're only interacting with It Works people. And so Facebook is automatically filtering everybody away and giving you what you want, because that's what you do. You can fix this, obviously. It takes time. You just got to fix, you just got to start giving those other people love, and it'll, filter itself out, and those people will come back. And that's what's great about the lists, is once you start using those lists, they start popping up more and more just on your normal news feed. So how to make a Facebook list, okay? You have to be on a computer, cannot do it on your phone. Just creating the list. You can add to the list, post to the list, everything else on your phone. But if you sign into your Facebook account, okay, and you see your news feed, like you just signed in, it's your news feed. On the left, you scroll down a little bit, you're going to see friends written in gray, really little. If you put your mouse over that or on that, there should be a little link that says more. Click that. And then all of the Facebook lists that you already have that you didn't know will show up. Like if you're in like a certain, like went to a certain college, you're already like in that list just because of just networks that you're in. Or It Works, you'll see that one of those too, because you say that you work at It Works, and then you have a lot of friends of It Works, so Facebook already made one for you. Well, up at the top, it'll say create a new one. You just create a new one and you call whatever you want. So I have 3 lists. I have a potential loyal customer list, I have a potential distributor list, and I have a loyal customer list, because that's another form of follow-up that I do with loyal customers, is I'm just constantly interacting with them. Okay. And so you can just add it as it goes. Don't feel like, oh my God, I have so many people, I got to go back and add them. Well, yeah, you can sit down in one setting and do that if you want, or just add as you go. But you can dump people into those lists, like if there's a girl that you met in your new group on Facebook that you think would be bomb, add her to your potential distributor list. Okay. One thing that's great about it is when anyone ever messages you about product, before you even respond to them, you immediately add them into the list. They don't go out of that list until they sign. But this way you never forget about them. So like whenever we launch a BOGO or a BOGO kit or a certain deal or a bonus or whatever, all you have to do is open up your list. It's all right there, and you can go one by one and message them, and just, and you don't have to think to yourself, who do I have to contact? So once you've made those new friends on Facebook and Instagram, the way that I told y'all, really powerful to put them into lists. Like whenever someone on Instagram messages me about product or the opportunity and has questions about it, the first thing I always say to them, yeah, awesome, I'd love to give you some more information. Go ahead and friend me on Facebook. The link is in my bio, and we can get you set up there. They friend me on Facebook. Before I even send them a message on Facebook, I've already dumped their ass into one of the lists, so I don't forget about them if today's not the day that they order. And it's just a great way to keep track of your hundreds lists. Okay, so constantly befriending people, following people, and putting them into lists. The lists are really, really strong. I think I had one other thing to say. Can't remember. And then you can post to it, like I said. So like, you can choose, like, y'all see it, like it says that this post is going to public. Well, if you click on public, you can go down, it's like just friends, only me, whatever. If you go down enough, your list will be there. So like if we're running a deal that's only for loyal customers, obviously you're going to contact customers. I do too. I'll contact them individually. But for the people that don't see the message or they forget, I always send out like a post about what's going on directly to my loyal customer list, because it's guaranteed that's going to show up on their wall. So like if you have, let's say you got a potential distributors list, and like half of them in there are moms, and there's this great success story of It Works about some, mom of 5 who now stays home, retired her husband, you can make sure that post goes to your potential distributors, because there's 150 moms in there that could relate to Christy and her family. And it's more targeted that way, because you have to be very, You got to be, I don't know, you have to have like a system when it comes to Facebook. You can't just post. You got to make sure that you're giving these people attention too. If you want them to give you attention and show that your business and your life is important, then you got to show them that their life is important. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Now,
You're welcome.
are you strategic in the times that you post, or do you just post when you can?
Okay. It is smart to be strategic with times when posting, but don't let it control your life because you can't like, it's just the name of the game. Like guys, I put like, just to give you a sense of it, you know, you could post something that gets tons of likes and then you post this, you know, like basically the same thing at a different time and it gets, you know, fewer likes. But you have to just like, you have to accept the fact that that's the way Instagram is and Facebook can be. So to stress yourself out about that, don't like, I'm so guilty of it being like, God, this post got like 100 likes and I only got 10 likes on this, like seeing it, like it's just the name of the game. It's just out, the algorithm has changed where, you know, sometimes you throw it up at 12 o'clock one day and it's just everybody under the sun sees it, and the next day at 12 o'clock you throw another similar post out and it barely gets anything. So I think you need to be as strategic in a sense of what you're posting during that time of day. Like for example, you should have, like, when you wake up in the morning is a good time to have a motivational post or something positive about the day. People respond better to stuff like that in the morning than they would have before and after picture. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, over coffee with kids screaming, they don't want to see, you know, a belly. They want to see, keep it together, mom, you're doing a great job. You know? So in that sense, you got to think about that. Like, you know, around noon, you know, around lunch breaks and stuff when people are at work are good times to do opportunity posts because people are usually taking a break or on their lunch break and, you know, thinking about how they really don't want to go back to work after they finish this lunch and they're trying to savor every bite because they're so miserable in their cubicle. Like, it's good to try to post that type of picture. So really it should just be about, like, if you want to post a picture and you've just got great verbiage in your head, you just took an awesome picture and you're posting it, then post the damn picture. But like, it is smart also to think about, you know, morning when people are getting up, you know, break, getting off of work, laying in bed, like, think about like what you're doing. I mean, people are looking at their phone hundreds of times a day. So think about what your schedule is like and how, you know, like if you're a mom and, you know, nap time is 10 o'clock, well, chances are nap time is 10 o'clock in other households too. So that'd be a great time to make a post that, like, oh my God, the house is quiet and mom's going to work her business. Oh my gosh, I want to partner with you, like with the hair up in the bun and like toys everywhere and showing you that you're real and you're not like some perfect person. You know, that's relatable. So think about your audience and what their day is like. And you want to try to grab them at those times that they're most likely going to be looking down at their phone. You know, the drive to work, probably not. On lunch break, nap time, in the morning, getting off of work, laying in bed. And then you have to be considerate of time zones also. You know, if you're East Coast, like, don't be afraid if you're laying in bed at 1 a.m. to post something, because that's 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, whatever, in California. You know? So, by God, don't let it rule life. You could post something one morning, you know, at one time and get just tons of likes and so much interaction and comments, and then the next day you post at the exact same time and it just doesn't happen. It's just, you know, you don't let it bog you down, because I've done it before, and sometimes it can just, like, you just want to, you know, reach through the front phone and just punch people.
Right, exactly. Yeah, sometimes I forget to post, so that's my biggest problem.
Well, the other thing is too, guys, is that you can set reminders on your phone, like daily reminders. Like you can set up reminders in your phone. You can say how often they go. Are they daily? Are they every other day? Are they weekly? So you can have your set times to post. When you know in your schedule that you have a free time, you should get a notification that says, post something, like whatever. So like if you have like 4 notifications throughout the day that say make post 1, make post 2, make post 3. Also, you can, while you're laying in bed, you can plan out your posts for the next day if you want. And because, Instagram is connected to Facebook if you want it to be. Like, you can post to Instagram and Facebook at the same time if you want. You can copy and paste if you want, it doesn't matter. But if you make a post on Instagram and you put your phone on airplane mode, okay, and you hit post, it's going to fail to post. But there's going to be that refresh button next to it. So you can go through and make 5 failed posts because your phone's on airplane mode. And then the next day when you're going throughout your day, you just have to hit that little refresh button and it's going to automatically load and post for you. The verbiage is done, the picture is perfect, and it's done. You don't have to think about it. So like they're just already right there. Boom, 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 boom. So that's really great for saving time. But reminders and stuff like that really work well.
Okay. Yeah, I like that airplane mode thing right there. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and then even if you don't drag it over to Facebook, like it's still easy because it's done. You can just copy that verbiage, move it over to Facebook, and that's quick. And you don't have to sit there thinking, what should I post right now? Like it's easier to go to bed at night and be like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to make a product post. I'm going to do a before and after. I'm going to do, I took that really great selfie yesterday with my daughter, so I'm going to post that, during break hours or whatever. This is what I'm going to say. And so like it's all done and ready. And like, guys, if you find good lighting and like you're out and about and you're like doing something fun, you should be a guru at snapping pictures. You got to be that person. Take pictures wherever you go and take tons of them. That's how like people get really good pictures, like people like to say on Instagram and Facebook, is because for every good picture that has been taken, there's 50 to 100 terrible ones that were snapped all at the same time, but we just caught the right angle with the right lighting. So if you're out doing stuff and you find yourself in a great, pretty setting at a great restaurant or out with the kids at the park or whatever, just constantly be taking pictures and store them away to use on a rainy day so that like when you are laying in bed trying to plan your posts, you have tons of pictures to go grab and use. Don't ever feel like you should be taking enough pictures. That's what I love, where like you can just go back into your archives and pick a great one without feeling like you're posting the same picture and over again. It is great to use pictures multiple times, but they should be very spaced out when you do that. And you should show new content and show your life.
All right. When you sign a new team member, what are some of the things that you do at first to get them started on the fast start to success?
Okay. So when I first sign a new distributor, I actually immediately plug them into Susan Wade's YouTube video about getting started. It's like 2 hours long, but it covers everything. And there's multiple leaders that come on and give their opinion on things. Jade Hooper's on there, Jessica Pearson's on there, some of Susan's ambassadors and presidentials are on there. But it's just a really great way. It's a great task for somebody. Okay. So I'm just like, okay, so your first task is to watch our team's getting started video. Y'all can say our team. We are It Works Global. Susan is sidelined to me, as I'm sure she is to y'all. I don't know if you're in her downline, but I'm just saying this is our getting started training. What I want you to do is I want you to watch it within your first 48 hours. You can space it out. You can watch an hour today and an hour tomorrow. Take notes, make notes of any questions you have. And after that, we're going to get on the phone and chat. Okay. And so like after they've watched it and they say they have, we'll get on the phone and, ask them what they thought about the training. Usually they love it and they've related to one of the leaders that's gotten on and whatever. And so I'll encourage them to go follow that person on social media if they related to them. But I said, so do you have any questions something that confused you while you're watching? And if they've made note of any questions, I'll answer those. I'll say, so awesome. Right now, you obviously, make sure you do, everything that they're talking about by, signing into your account, getting to know your back office and stuff. But as far as business goes, our first, as you heard, task is to get you your first 4 customers. Okay. Do you have any questions about that? Because the video goes over how to reach out to people and find those people. Same thing with distributors and getting them started and planning a wrap party and everything. So I'm just, y'all know what getting started training is. Well, I don't know how new a lot of these, if a lot of, there's some newbies on here, but I mean, y'all basically know the getting started if it works. Getting plugged in with your training, practicing your steps to success, setting up your launch party and stuff like that. So what I do is I get them to watch that, and then I help them put that into action, because it can be overwhelming when you're new. Like, okay, I heard all this great information, even though I was told what to do, I don't know. They somehow don't know what to do. So it's just like, you should watch the video yourself so that you know what they're going to be seeing, so that you can, like, when they ask you, when Jessica said this, and you're like, holy shit, well, I haven't watched it. So I went, no, you need to go watch it so you know too. And you can pick any one of these videos, guys. It doesn't have to be Jessica's. It doesn't have to be Susan Wade's. I just like that one. There's tons of them. Tons of leaders have great getting started videos. And so then we start putting into action, getting those first 4 loyal customers. Start them off with a first post, you know. And usually, guys, my first post that I get my newbies to do isn't like, hey guys, when this business, it works, we have wraps, like, I'm looking for product testers. Like, everybody's doing that, and it's just like overkill. It's not working anymore. So it should be simple. It should just be nobody knows what they're doing. They have no idea that they've joined anything. This is their first post. There shouldn't be a picture. It should just be a simple status like, who wants to lose weight? Who wants to tone, tighten, and firm? Who wants to grow their hair? Who has stress? Who needs more energy? And then they're going to get all these me comments. And then that's when I walk them through that conversation. Okay. So I would just, like, my newbies, like today, that's all I did all day long was I didn't talk to anybody myself. I blitzed 2 girls at the gym, but all I did was walk my newbies through conversations, through these posts. Like, they had all these people that said me. And I said, okay, message them this. And so I give them the message, and then they'd say, okay, she said this. And I'll be like, okay, say this back. Okay, well, she said this. Okay, say this back. Okay, she said this. Say this back. Until we close them together. So that's a way of training them that, one, conversation is really damn repetitive in this business. We get the same questions all the time, you know. But 2, showing them how simple the verbiage is, that it's like Mr. Miyagi. It's just like showing them by doing, but you have the reins. So I do that. I make them take action towards Ruby and everything that they've learned. I'm like, okay, well, you heard what the video said. We need to start contacting people. We need to make a first post. We need to plan a launch party and a wrap party. And before I have a physical wrap party with my newbies, I always have a virtual wrap party with them, because it's a great way for them to learn about how the real wrap party is going to go down. And so we just make a Facebook event. I get them to invite at least 300 people off of their Facebook list, off of their friends list. But out of those 300 people, I get them to choose 20 to 30 people who they're going to send a private message to that says, hey, me and my upline are having a virtual wrap party, on Thursday night. And she challenged me to personally message my VIP guest list, and you're on my list. Would you like to join us? Makes them feel special. It's personal. They're connecting and inviting personally 20 to 30 people, along with all the regular invites that they've just sent out through the event. And then what I do is I will go live for an hour in the event and do the party pad presentation. I'll do the Fat Fighter demo, and I'll talk about my story and how I joined and how I met my newbie and what her why is, my why, and how I'm going to be working with her. And then that way she sees, wow, it's really easy to throw a party. Like he said, because the only thing that's missing is the actual physical wrapping. And so I'm like, well, you saw what okay, now we need to plan a physical wrap party so you can make some wrap cash. You saw what I did. I'll even Skype in for a physical wrap party if they want me to, but I'm just like, you saw what I did. The only thing that was missing was the physical wrapping of somebody. So they see how simple we keep it. That helps them gather their first 4 customers, usually, maybe even team member or 2. And then we just, keep them going. Just constantly being active with them, constantly wanting to be a part of them, being a partner with them, wanting to talk to people with them, wanting to get on the phone with them, and just telling them just keep doing that. You got to keep partying. That's the best part, is that everything you learn that's what we're just going to keep on doing month in and month out till you go diamond and above. So the big part of that is that you show them everything in the beginning, like talking to people, reaching out to people. They're not like, once they've filled out their first steps to success, then I might plug them into some like heavy duty, Instagram training or heavy duty Facebook training. Because you don't want to overwhelm them with information, guys. One great video, one phone call. Do you have any questions? Okay, let's make this post. Let's have a virtual wrap party, and then let's schedule a physical wrap party. Okay, that they can comprehend. But if you're like, and now you got to go watch this video, and then you got to watch this, and oh my God, there's a 1 team 1 mission that's like 4 hours away. You should drive to that. And like, don't overwhelm them. You got to give it to them in doses. Okay. And then the best way to keep them doing it is that once they've seen how simple you keep it and how repetitive it is, but you got to keep doing it too. You got to be active on the y'all's team page. You're coaching your people to get loyal customers. Well, when you get a loyal customer, you need to go post on your team page, just sign a new LC for the system, or, you can't motivate anybody. You can only inspire them. The only person you can motivate is yourself. So stop trying to motivate your team. Give them the tools that they need to get started. I'm sure y'all's diamond ambassador, double diamond, triple diamond, your upline has great training already that I'm sure that y'all have access to. Your job is to plug them into that training, let them know that you're there, want to work with them, do the virtual party, talk them through conversations. If you're so new on this call that you don't feel like you can do that yet, that's what Sherri's here for. That's what her diamond is there for. It's all teamwork. Okay. So just your job is to get people plugged in to your getting started training, help them take action. But if they don't, you can't wait for them. You got to go find someone else to get started, and then go find someone else to get started. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. What is some tips on signing distributors? Like, how do you get people wanting to join your business besides like posting and stuff? Like, we're just
the best way to get people who want to join your business is by constantly showing how it works is impacting your life. And if you're sitting here right now going, I haven't signed a single distributor or a single customer or a single, I got one wrap cash, newsflash, it works, has changed your life already, because before this, you hadn't taken action to chase some of your dreams and your goals yet. You hadn't met a fabulous group of ladies and gentlemen who have similar goals and who are, lifting you up. And it's such a great community. You're having fun and you're going to events and whatever. So you have to constantly be showing how it's impacting you and how much fun you're having. Okay. That's where the relatable posts come into, like the posts about, with showing that like your house is a mess and your kids finally went down and now you're going to get, sign up some customers and some distributors. That's relatable. Mom's going to sit there and think that, wow, like that's what my house looks like. And that's what's going on right now. And now I'm kind of sitting here when I could be making money. So constantly showing lifestyle is huge. And showing what you're doing with your It Works money. Like every time you get paid, you need to make a post about where the hell that money is going. If you make $25 wrap cash, I teach my people, if you make $25 wrap cash and you do not post about that wrap cash, you're a fool. You need to post that wrap cash in hand and say that it is going to fill up your tank, or it is going to groceries tonight, or it is going to a date night with your honey, or your fast start bonus is going to go to those new shoes that you saw at the mall that you love, or your fast start bonus is going to go to your electric bill, or your It Works check is going to go to your car payment. You got to be relatable, guys. Like, don't think that you have had to make $10,000 in this business to attract people. Like, people do, like that. I don't think that that's what attracts people, because people can't fathom that, but they can understand an extra $100 $100. They can understand an extra $25. They can understand that, you know, spending more time with family and loved ones, having fun, being out, being positive, but also just telling people that you think that they're awesome and that you want to partner with them. That's a great way to get a distributor. Don't use the term join my team. That seems like it's all about you, but it also seems very generic and very like, oh, there's so many like team things out there. Like, but when you say I want to partner with you in business, you're such a hard worker, you're smart, you're funny, we have a lot in common, and I would love to constantly, of course you're going to get guys, but if you're constantly telling people that, you're obviously going to get yeses. And another great way to find distributors, wrap parties, because that wrap cash, and when someone who needs money is sitting there, sees a money jar with $200 cash in it, they are going to want to join your team. So you need to own your business, okay? Be proud of it. You need to show people what you're doing with your money. You need to show constantly how it's changing your life. You don't need to be over the top. Like, I hate the posts where people are like, or when they're talking to people and they're just like, it's just changed my life so much and my heart is open, and like, no, like, let's calm it down just a little bit. Like, that just seems like you're trying too hard. You know, just be like, today I got today I got to go to the park with my kids because I could take the afternoon off because of, you know, the extra money that I'm earning. I'm so thankful. This is just such a fun time. Just, you know, like, simple, clean, not like you're trying to bait people in, just that that this is how you'll be able to do things like this. Like, you know, I, for example, since I live by the beach now, like, I did an online party one afternoon and I immediately then went to go sit on the beach. Work was done for the day. Well, I could have made some post that said, you know, I'm so thankful to be able to work from home. It's been such a blessing. And, you know, to be able to not do this and that, and just amazing, and yada, 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 yada. I don't have to explain all of that. People know by the fact that I'm sitting my ass on the beach or in a park or not in work to know that this is an amazing experience. All I had to say was great virtual wrap party. Now I just moved my office to the sand. That's intriguing. I don't, you know, of course it's good to post stories all the time. Like, that's another thing. Post your story. You have a story. It doesn't matter how far you are in that journey with it works, but you should constantly be telling about your life to people and sharing that with everybody. You know, tell people constantly why you joined. Like, it shouldn't be just because, like, you have to get real deep with it. Like, you know, that it makes you cry when you, like, really think about it. You got to be raw and real, because people love raw and real guys. They don't like perfect. There are so many people right now who aren't going to sleep because they don't know if they're going to make it to, it's the 4th, and they don't even know if they're going to make it to the end of the month because of money. Okay. So you got to be constantly putting out there. Of course, the long posts every once in a while, just like, you know, I joined this because if I didn't earn an extra $1,000 a month, I was going to get kicked out of my house, or I couldn't afford groceries, or, you know, my car is knocking on death's door and I needed to be able to afford the lease of a new car or whatever. And when you're constantly putting out there your story of why you joined and what you're doing and that you're relatable and how it's affecting your life, you're going to intrigue more people to want to know about it. And then just reaching out. Wrap parties, you make that wrap cash, people see the cash sitting in the jar, they want to be a part of it. And then just telling people that you want to partner with them and why. You always have to list specific characteristics of that person. Do not bullshit them. If you know somebody who you know is a hard worker, who's fun, who likes to laugh, same humor, same style, same, you know, whatever, we get along, we like, you tell them that, and tell them that's why you want to partner with them. And then say, I would love to get on the phone with you for 15 minutes to tell you what I do. And get on the phone with them for 15 minutes, tell them what you do. And if you need your Diamond or your Sherri or whoever your upline is on the phone with you, 3-way phone calls are killer, y'all. That's what I tell my people. I'm like, book my ass up. I was like, let me get on the phone with everybody you know. I will close them for you. And then I get to show them how to close. Okay? So don't be afraid to tell someone that they're awesome. and that you want them on your team, because guess what? Not enough people are told that how awesome they are these days, and it's a pity. Does that help? Is that good?
That was very good. Very good. A lot of good.
Okay.
Okay, when you're pushing for volume and for like promotions and stuff, do you do anything special with your team during those times? Like, do you offer incentives or anything?
Yes. Okay. So first and foremost, when I have someone going for a promotion and it's in play, I specifically get on the phone with them at the beginning of the month and say, we have to act like the promotion is supposed to break in 2 days. Because so many people wait until 3 days left in the month to really go for it and really start contacting people. So I'm like, we have to act like we have to have this thing done in the next few days for the rest of the month. We cannot sit back. And if they don't understand that, then they will learn that lesson when they don't hit that promotion. I had that happen with a Ruby last month. Had the discussion. 2 days before the month ends, she goes for it and she misses her Ruby promotion. But it's okay. She's going to go Emerald this month. But it was just like, I told you that we couldn't wait. It's a great learning experience. Don't be afraid to let your team learn some hard truths if they don't get off their ass and do something. Okay, if that little thing is going to take them out of the game, they don't have a place in your organization. Anyways, they're not going to take you to ambassador. They're not going to go ambassador themselves if that's something that's small. So be real with them in the beginning of the month. This is what we're going for. If you really want to make it happen, you have to bust ass day in and day out, making new contacts, booking parties, following and unfollowing, posting, being consistent. Now, as far as like towards the end, yes, I love running contests. I think contests are great. And if you cannot run one, because you're in a certain area, because guys, there was a time where I was so broke and so new that I couldn't afford to run, contests, but they are beautiful. Reach up to your diamond above you or your double diamond, because guess what? They're looking for the next rock star team in their organization. And when you turn the initiative and say, reach up to your double diamond and go, listen, I've got a Ruby that's about to pop and we're trying to build some volume this month. I can't afford, to do a contest incentive. And I was wondering if you would like to get involved. They can help you get involved with that. But yes, incentives are great, and they shouldn't be so big that they're going to be a bearing to you. But I love cash incentives or t-shirts, like it works stuff. Like I love giving them stuff that they can invest back into their business. So people love money and they love getting like shirts. So for example, like one contest I ran one month was that like for every 5 loyal customers that you personally enroll this month, I will buy you an It Works shirt from this store. Okay, so but you gotta think about it. There were so many people who didn't get to 5. So that was a shit ton of volume still. So I could still afford it. And everyone who did get to 5, I could give them their shirt. So I had this one girl put in 15, so I got her 3 shirts. But the thing is that it creates momentum. It makes your check go up, but it's not like I was getting them a $60 shirt from the It Works store. I was getting them, the basic $18, have you try that crazy wrap thing, something to help them get their business started. So I love doing shirts, cash, coaching calls. Like that's another great reason why you get to events, guys, because you meet people, you meet leaders that you like and that you connect with. A great way that Sherri and I were able to get on the call. Like, Sherri wants to run a contest that, whoever does this gets a 30-minute one-on-one with Chase or whoever, and that's a great incentive. So coaching calls, shirts, money. What else have I done? Trying to think. Oh, product, because I know a lot of new people, when they come in, they want to try products so bad. And one of the things that just, you got to work towards that, guys. Your 80 is important. If you can't afford it, then you should be getting a box of wraps and a jar of hair, skin, and nails. A jar of hair, skin, and nails for you to use yourself, and a box of 4 wraps to sell. It pays for the auto shipment. But there's so many people who come in and they want to try so much, but they can't. And personal testimony is so powerful. And if my newbies can show results with certain products and post about it and share it, it's only going to make their business explode. It's going to make my business explode. So I love, certain contests, which is going to, give them a box of wraps or a box of facials or a jar of hair, skin, and nails, or if it's something real big, like a metabolic burn package or something, So I think I definitely think that contests work, and they're a lot of fun too, especially when you do a contest though, guys, very important. You need to keep a scoreboard, and it needs to be updated constantly on the team page, constantly posting, so-and-so is in the lead with this amount of customers, and so-and-so is in the lead with this amount of distributors, and, Sarah's right on her tails with, just 3 or whatever, because when people see scoreboards, then they really start getting competitive, and they want to see their name up there. They want to see you recognize them, and they want to kick whoever's ass is in first place. So when you run contests, constantly show the scoreboard. And the other thing too is that you can ask your team, if I ran a contest next month, what would you rather win? It works products, t-shirts, money, or whatever, or something, miscellaneous, like whatever, like a boot camp ticket. That's another thing. Like I've one of the girls that came on my team to conference or whatever, she I paid for her conference ticket because that was one of the contests I ran. Like it was a big thing she had to do, but I said, if whoever reaches this, I'll pay for your conference ticket. So if there's like a boot camp in your area, whoever does this, I'll pay for your boot camp ticket, or same thing. But it's cool to ask your team, what they would prefer in the next contest, and the majority, who's whatever they choose, is what I'll go with for the prizes.
Great. Thank you. I like that events thing, getting the conference ticket. I
Yeah.
like that. Gotcha. Okay. All right. How do you follow up with your your potentials? Do you have a tracking system? You use a planner, which we already knew you used the lists because you just told us about that. But do you use a planner or anything, or do you just mainly go off your Facebook list?
I love Siri on my iPhone. I'm constantly telling Siri to remind me to call or text somebody. Like if you are hanging out with me, chances are you're going to hear me go, Siri, remind me to touch base with Tammy from Instagram about wraps on Wednesday at 3. And then I write out across my phone as I'm sitting there following people, it says, follow up with Tammy about wraps from Instagram. And I know exactly who that is. I do like using my planner. I think it's really great. I use my planner for follow up with like loyal customers and stuff, and also potentials as well. Facebook list is huge, just constantly interacting with them. But I'll tell you, as far as like when to touch base with people, I love Siri. I just love waking up in the morning and seeing my reminders for that day. It just makes it so easier because like I will set a reminder. Like I met this girl in Chipotle, and she was pregnant, and she was going to give birth like 2 months later. And so I set a reminder in my phone that says, Sarah from Chipotle is giving birth today. Send her a text message saying congratulations and you hope she's doing well. Nothing about the product, but it was service. It was all about relationship. So you'll like when you start going with this, you're going to get a reminder that you set 3 months ago for a certain day and be like, holy shit, I totally forgot about that. Oh my God, I have a great lead to talk to right now. So I love setting reminders on my phone and having my phone constantly tell me what to do. It's just so much easier. And it's okay, guys, to ask like if you're in conversation with someone and they're like, yeah, I'll let you know. I'm waiting to get paid or whatever, and then I'll order product. I'll say, great. Hold on, let me make sure I get this verse right. Okay, when someone tells me that they're like, okay, I'm gonna get paid next week, and then I want to order or I'll join, or then excuse me, not next week. The next time I get paid, I'll order or join. I'll go. That sounds like a great plan. What day do you want to touch base with? I committed to myself that I use my planner more. LOL. Like it just shows that you have like a new, like you're trying to stay up on things. Like I tell people that I'm like, what day do you want to touch base? I want to put you in my planner so I don't forget. One of my New Year's resolutions is to use my day planner. LOL. Like, so it just shows that it's not like pressure, but it's okay to ask people when to touch base about certain stuff. And also the thing is too, is that, and you can set that reminder in your phone, but like if someone were to say to me, All right, sounds great. I love it. I think I'm going to order. I'm going to talk to my husband also and share everything with him because I think he's going to want to order too and just make sure that everything's fine for the finances, and then I'll get back to you. Well, if I don't ask her or him where I'm going to follow up with them, I'll just say, touch base with so-and-so in 2 days. I don't go over 48 hours if it's hot. I'm going to give her time. She has a life. She has kids. She has a job. We all know how we can get behind things so that she can talk it over with whoever and stuff. So I love using Siri, and I love asking people when to touch base with them, and they appreciate that.
Yeah, I want one of those new little personal assistant things that you get on Amazon. I've been wanting one of those for a while.
Right.
Getting one. Okay, tips on retaining loyal customers besides, interacting with them and stuff.
Okay, here it is. Wait, I got to pull up my notes. Hang on. I have such great stuff for loyals. Okay. Okay, so loyal customers, you need to be with them the first 3 purchases. Okay, so you need like that personal connection to them for those first 3 purchases. Okay, so on month 1, when they first order, you need to make sure that you're send them a thank you card. Let's start now, guys. Okay, you can do it. Send them a personal thank you card. People don't do it enough. It just shows such great customer service, and just they're going to remember you and know that you're a great person. So month 1, when you have someone order, the first thing you got to do, thank you card, and then how to, whether you email it to them, text it to them, or Facebook message it to them, you need to send them how to instructions to use their product, whatever they got. You want to make sure that they're taking it correctly. Because how many times have you had someone take product incorrectly and they're unhappy with the results and they weren't even using it right? Okay, so that's a great way to make sure that they're going to be on top of getting the results that they want. So month 1, thank you and how to. Okay. Now, month 2 is ask them how they're doing, and then any recommendations that you have. It's always great to recommend something that you're personally using and loving because they know you. They don't know all the selfies of other people that they don't know that you've posted on your social media, but they know you. So, recommendations month 2, and just checking in on how they are. And on month 2, don't be afraid if someone's unhappy with their results or that something's not going, because chances are there's just something else that's going on with their body, or they're taking it incorrectly. And if you just ask them questions and work with your diamond upline or Sherri or whoever it is, you're going to be able to tweak their order and make sure that they're using it correctly. Like I had a guy last month who was on the system, and he's so toxic, and it just wasn't enough for him, and he was unhappy. And I was like, wait. Okay, so tell me this. How are you taking it? What's going on? What's your diet like? Whatever. And you're like, okay, I got this. And so we moved him over took him off ThermoFit, just cleanse, just greens. We didn't want some probiotic, and then we're going to do a shake for a meal replacement so that he can lose quicker. So it's okay if there's unhappy customers, guys. You can't just go, oh my God, they're unhappy. Okay, let's figure out why they're unhappy so that we can fix the problem. Okay, so that's month 2. Recommendations and how are they. Then month 3 is about perk points. And the opportunity. Okay, so hey girl, like, okay, you just had your 3rd purchase. I'm so excited. Now you're locked in the discounts for a lifetime, like we talked about. You've also earned 10% back on each order to be used towards free product. And now since you finished your 3rd order, you have free shipping. And guess what? Once you hit your 6th consecutive order, you're going to get an additional $50 in free product. So you're already assuming that they're going to keep on going. And then you can just throw in there, and hey, you've gotten such great results and you've seen that the product works. Have you ever thought about, partnering with me in business and making some money now that you know that the products work?
well, no, I'm good with being a customer. Okay, great. Yeah, I would like to hear about that. So month one, how to, and a thank you. Month two, recommendations and checking in. Month three, perk points and the opportunity. And then after that, throughout those months, I've been interacting with them on Facebook, okay? Because I put them in not all of them are on Facebook. I do have customers that don't have a Facebook, but the ones that are on Facebook, I'm liking and commenting on their pictures throughout the month to show them that I'm still there. Because when you do that, they're more comfortable to reach out to you throughout the month. So you're constantly giving them attention, because so many people think everyone's just so GD busy that they can't message anybody. So constantly interacting with them. But after that that's usually the last time it's the personal check-in with them, unless we're running a special deal. But I use something called MailChimp, and it's a listserv service. It's free, and you can dump all of the email addresses of all of your loyal customers in there. And so you can send out a monthly email about deals, product recommendations, order reminders, opportunity stuff. My new people are still getting that, but once I hit the 3 months, that's usually my only interaction with them, is through the once a month email that I send them, and then my interaction on Facebook. Because it's like, okay, he sends me an email once a month, and he's constantly liking and commenting on my pictures. So I'm always there. They know I can help them and everything like that. So I love my MailChimp. It's usually the 15th of every month that I send it out. I do, in that is usually something that says, hey, make sure you're, change your order if you need to, and don't forget about your perk points if you need help cashing them in. Also, I've been having amazing results with our ThermoFit personally. So if you haven't checked it out now, you'd love it. And I explain a little bit about ThermoFit. If you need me, text me. So even after the 3rd month, they're always still, whether they stop ordering or not, they're going to keep getting at least one email a month from me, so that, that's the other way. That's, like you say, end of the month volume, what we talked about earlier. Well, if people are constantly checking in with their customers, no matter if they've ordered recently or not, those are the perfect people to go to towards volume. Guys, because of that, I just had a girl who hasn't ordered in years she put the system on her auto shipment. So it's just customer service. So first 3 orders are those personal connections, then put them in a MailChimp thing. It's very user-friendly. There's a YouTube how-tos, and interacting with them on Facebook.
Great tip. Love that. Okay, 2 more. That's all we got. How do you approach loyal customers when they have a credit card decline?
Oh, this is so simple, guys. This is so simple. And you never want to use the word decline, ever. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating. We've all been there. We've all, you go through the grocery store line, you see decline come up, you just want to crawl in a hole and die. Okay. You go out to dinner with friends, and the waiter comes back and says it was declined. You want to die. Okay. So the best thing to do is to just send them a text message or an email or a Facebook message and just say, hey, Sally, I hope that you're doing well. I saw that your last order for the wraps didn't process. I always like making my customers aware, just in case there's a possible compromised card or they need to edit their info. Let me know if you need any help reprocessing it. So they are I've had customers go what the hell? No, that should go through. And then they find out they actually did have a compromised card, or they're like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I got a new card in the mail. I need to edit it. Oh, I can help you do that. So use the word reprocess. Just say, hey, Sherri, I noticed that your last order for wraps didn't process. I always like making my customers aware in case of a change in information or a possible compromised card. Let me know if you need help reprocessing it. Done.
Okay. All right. Last one. How important is personal development to you, and what are some things that you do for personal development?
Okay. Personal development is the most important thing in this business. I want you to write that shit in bold and box it, highlight it, put stars around it, because this business is personal development with a compensation plan. You are getting paid at the level of your personal development right now. Okay. So if you've been in for a really long time and you're stuck at a certain level, that's probably because you're not doing any personal development. You're mentally stuck at that level also. So Your paycheck goes up when your personal development goes up. It's very important. It should be a daily thing. You don't have to kill yourself. I'm not asking you to read a book a day or anything, but if you could just listen to an audio for 10 minutes a day, or read 15 pages of something, or whatever, you're going to keep your mind right. Because this is a total mind game, you guys. Like, our biggest struggle is ourselves, that little voice in our head that doubts us, that tells us not to talk to people, that tells us that we're not worth it, that tells us that, we're not going to get there. It's self-doubt kills more dreams than anything. So it's really, really important. If you want, you're not going to be this. I mean, you're not going to be the same person right now when you go diamond, Sherri. You're going to be an even better leader. You're a great leader now, but you're going to be even better. You're going to know even more things. You're going to even know how to handle certain situations, how to lead certain areas. So you're going to be a different person than you are now when you go ambassador. Kayla, she's going to be a different person than she is right now when she goes double diamond. Jenny is going to be a different person than she is right now when she goes triple. So you got to build on that person. You got to let that person come into being. So it needs to be a daily thing. Now, here is what I like to do. And I'm not perfect with personal development, you guys. There are sometimes when I go a couple of weeks without it and I'm about to implode. And that's the very reason why, is because I'm not putting my mind in a good place. I'm getting too frustrated. So I love YouTube. I love the power of YouTube because there's all different, Jim Rohn's there, Tony Robbins is there, Abraham Hicks, all great authors. Anyone that, I know y'all's uplines, y'all's diamonds have recommended certain books, certain authors and stuff like that. So I like YouTubing a name and whatever I'm going through that day in my head. So I love Abraham Hicks. So if I wake up in the morning with anxiety, I'll type in Abraham Hicks anxiety, or Tony Robbins anxiety, or Tony Robbins self-doubt, Jim Rohn building my network. Like, I need new people. So whatever, anger, regret, like whatever is bothering you that day or you want to address, it could be positive. I mean, absolutely. But I always, just for me personally, and that's the other thing about personal development, guys, it's called personal development for a reason. It is personal to you. If you love reading, you need to read. I'm not a reader. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. And I have to force myself to do it. It's just once in a blue moon that I find something that is a page turner for me that I will read all day long. But I love listening to audios or watching videos. So it's just been easy for me over the past 6 months to just type in someone that I admire, a life coach, someone I love watching, and whatever I'm dealing with that day, because it hits home. Like, I don't want to, when I'm pissed off, I don't want to listen to something about, when I'm like pissed off about if something's not growing as quickly as I want it to, go listen to a video that's about what to do when something is growing a lot. Well, I'm pissed off because something's not growing. So that's not what I should be listening to. I need to be listening of how to deal with that frustration at that very moment so that I can turn it as quickly as possible and put that energy into something more productive. Okay. So personal development is very, very important. And the best time to do it is in the morning over coffee to start your day off the right way. And making your bed. If you don't make your bed, I'm telling you, if you start making your bed, you will see your steps to success get done. And I know that that's crazy, but when people wake up in the morning and they get that little bit, that task done, and they can see an end result, it starts the tone for a productive, positive day because you've gotten something done. When you wake up in the morning and you fling shit everywhere and your house is a wreck and everything's a wreck and you're feeling like hell, well, that's kind of setting the tone for a really aggravating day. But if you wake up, make a cup of coffee, make your bed, sit down, do your personal development, you're just starting off on the right foot. So that's what I tell my team. Making your bed is huge. It's just, I'm telling, people have even done studies on it that people who make their bed in the morning are happier and more productive than people who don't. It's just crazy when our mind gets a little task like that done and we can actually see the end result. Like, we all love it. Like, our bed looks like hell when it's not made, and it's all nice and pretty when it is, because it's got all the pillows, and we just feel so accomplished. That's the biggest thing. You feel accomplished already. Like, the day you've gotten something done, you've accomplished something. So in your mind, you're just like, all right, I'm going to go accomplish something else. So daily, make your bed.
Got you. Awesome. Thank you so much, Chase. You were awesome. You gave us a lot of great tips. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome. I hope it was good. I tend to
It was very good. No. You gave a lot of awesome tips. I appreciate it, man. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you for getting to all of our questions, too.
Say again?
We really did. I said, I'm glad. Thank you for getting to all of our questions.
Good. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, guys, I am starting to cap out on my friends list, so it's really hard for me to accept new friends. So if you do want to be friends with me, if you could just follow me. It's nothing personal. I just want to leave rooms for potentials just like y'all want to, but you're more than welcome to send me messages and reach out to me if you have a certain question. But if y'all could just click the follow button instead of the add friend button, that would be beautiful. I'm just racking up friends like crazy since I've been doing a few of these live videos, and trying to pace that out. You will get there as well, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I was so happy to help you guys. I hope that you learned stuff, and go kill it.
Oh, thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you, Chase.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.